I'm here with the one, the only, Pierre-Luc Dubois, PLD. How you doing, man? You're red hot lately, dude.
I'm good. I'm good. How about you?
Man, I'm great. Thank you for doing this. Dude, I gotta jump right into it here. Look, man, your play this season has been unbelievable, and especially compared to last season, it's like you've been shot out of a cannon. Can you just kind of explain what the difference has been heading into this season?
Well, to start, not having to quarantine is a big help for me this year. I'm not feeling overweight. I'm not feeling out of it. To have training camp and everything, to have a full summer definitely feels good. But I'm just feeling good right now. The confidence is back, and we still have a lot of time during the season, but I'm feeling good right now.
Yeah, it's great, man. Obviously, you were put into like such a difficult situation last year, getting traded mid-season during what was an insane season. So you're looking awesome, man. I've lost my voice a couple times this season already, cheering for your goals. You've just been putting them in left, right, and center. So, look, man, you also changed your number this year, obviously, for the late Matthias Kivlenieks. Can you touch on your relationship with him?
Yeah, Matisse was, I remember the first time I saw him, he had his green pads. We just signed him from the USHL. I think he just won goalie and player of the year. He was one of those kids that always had a smile on his face, was always happy to be at the rink. When he was up with us, sometimes he would even play for a month. He'd just be practicing, and he'd always be, the last guy off the ice, always asking for us if we wanted more shots on him, or if we want to play rebound, or if we want to do two puck or anything like that. And he never complained, always was happy. So for me to, when he passed away, one of the sad things was that he was so young into his career. He had just started. I was there for his first game, first win. So for me to be able to wear his number and kind of keep his legacy going, obviously I can't play with his last name on my jersey, but I can use his number, and it's a number I want to use for the rest of my career. So, it'll be pretty special, or it is pretty special to have his number out there.
That's awesome, man. And number 80 does look great on you, by the way. You can kind of tell like how numbers look on certain players. I think 80 really suits you. It's no secret, off the ice, you can kind of see you got some ink. I love your tattoos, and I'm just wondering if you can kind of show a couple of them and, kind of give an explanation behind some of your favorite ones.
Yeah, so my left arm, all my left arm, you can see the inside here. This is all it's kind of hard to see it, but that's all my grandparents. My mom's dad, he had, I think, like 10-ish tattoos. He rode motorcycles. He worked at Harley Davidson. So he was that typical, not rough guy, but, he'd always be working on his motorcycles when you get to see him. He lived in Atlanta. So I always looked up to him, and I remember telling my parents, I really want tattoos, and they never wanted to sign the paper for me to get one before I was 18. So as soon as I turned 18, I got my first one. It's on this arm here. But yeah, so a lot of these for my grandparents, are based on them. Like I'm on a computer here, but these two here, this one here and this one here for my grandfather, he had this one on his arm. I just added his initials to it. I got my dad's parents, a necklace that my grandfather had. And then I now have my grandmother's name. So yeah, a bunch of things like that. I got one on my ribs for my gym back home that we said if one of us made it to the NHL, we'd get it tattooed. And then I got one on my leg. That's a long story. And but it was a fun night, and I have a lot of tattoos, so it gets mixed in pretty well with the others.
So curious about the one on your leg, but it's good to know that you're a man of your word. Getting that one on your ribs, that one must have hurt.
Yeah. It was one of those things that when I was 16, we said if one of us makes it to the NHL, we'll get a tattoo of the gym, and the owner said I'll pay for it. So it was a free one. That's how I saw it.
Look, man, even a year later, I feel like off the ice at least, you've kind of been one of like the best kept secrets for the Jets. I feel like I really want to get to know you a little better. As a foodie, I've got to ask, what are your favorite restaurants in Winnipeg?
So that's a great question. I've just discovered a few of them. I've been to Deer and Almond.
Oh, yeah.
Paceros was a good one too. There's one not too far from where I live. It's called Enoteca. That might be my favorite one here. I've heard of a place. I love milkshakes. I've heard of a place that has really good milkshakes and burgers, and I forget the name, but maybe you know what it is.
VJ's Drive-In for sure.
Yes, I've been waiting to go there because I love milkshakes and I heard they're great. So that's next up on my list.
Dude, best burger in the city. And you know, if you'd ever be willing to like hang out with some scrub like me when I'm in town, I will buy you a VJ's burger. How is that?
If you, whenever you come, let me know and we'll go test it out.
All right, man. You got to get the double special. It's the best burger in the city. Okay, now I want to know, man. You know, obviously you've been with the team for a year. You've made your buddies. I know you're probably friends with everyone, I would imagine. But who are your closest buddies on the team, or who are some of your closest buddies on the team?
You know, last year one of the first guys that helped me out was Matthew Perreault, French guy. So it was kind of natural. Obviously he's gone this year. Neil Pionk is a really good friend. I'm trying to think. I'm the kind of guy that hangs out with everybody, you know, that I like going for dinner with this group and getting to know everybody. Riley Nash, the new guys are really fun. Schmitty, Dylan, Comrie was up kind of last year. But we have a really fun group of guys. So even Svechnikov, who I played junior with, is here. So it's been fun this year with the guys, and you know, being able to go for dinner with them compared to last year, we were all stuck in our hotel room.
I would imagine this year's just felt wonderful.
Yeah, seeing the outside world again feels good.
What's your biggest hockey superstition?
I don't even know if I have any. I've always been that guy that I don't want any, because if it doesn't go your way and you know you mentally think you're gonna have a bad game. I'm really into smoothies now, and the other day we didn't have a blender at the hotel, and I kind of panicked. And I was kind of getting sweaty, and that's when I realized, like, this is why I don't do superstitions. This is why. So I don't have too many. I try to keep it really simple.
All right, fair enough. At the BarDown team, we love our video games, okay? I know that you play Chell. I got to ask, man, do you know your Chell rating?
No. So I played Chell a little bit. I don't know my Chell. I know last year was 85. I hope they didn't bump it down because of last year. So you gotta let me know what is it? Dude,
to start the game, you're an 84. I don't know how the updated systems work. I don't play Chell as much as some of my coworkers, at least. But if I'm making the game, I'm pushing you to at least a 90. So like, what do you have to say about this rating that they gave you to start the year?
I was 85 last year. To go down to 84. I mean, last year was such a weird year. I didn't have a great year, and I can't lie about that, but I feel it's a bit harsh to bump me down one, especially when I'm this young. But hey, hopefully if they bump me down last year, I could have a good year and they could bump me up a couple points next year.
Dude, I think with the new updates, I don't know, but I would imagine you're already higher than what you were entering the game last year. So we will have to check that out. Last question I got for you. Your best hockey story. Let's hear it.
The best hockey story I could share. I mean, my first year in Columbus, we had just played like 10 or 12 games. I'd scored my first game, 0 points for all the other ones. I wasn't playing well. I wasn't playing a lot. Actually, I played against the Jets. I played like 4 minutes, 17 seconds. And then Sonny Milano chirped me and he was like, I didn't know you could play less than 5 minutes. Then the next game he played like 3 minutes 40. So I was like, there you go, karma. But anyway, so yeah, I wasn't playing a lot. And I was like, I went into Torts' office. And I said, Torts, I want to play more. I know I don't deserve it yet, but how can I do it? You know, what do I need to do to have more minutes? And then he tells me, basically telling him like, I want to contribute more. And he goes, I'm going to stop you right there. I think you're invisible out there. I think you're useless. And he goes on and on. I'm like, wow, I wasn't expecting this. Then he goes, but I want to give you a chance. And he's like, I don't like how you've been playing, but I'm going to give you a chance. Tomorrow you're going to play center and you're going to play on the third line and you're going to get a decent amount of minutes. Prove to me that you deserve it. And I played well. And then that's kind of, I think in my mind, that's when my season kind of started off. But that was a really good wake up call, early on in my NHL career. And, I had a good season after that. So I think that's what I needed for me to get going.
Who better to get a wake-up call from than Torts? I cannot imagine what it would have been like being in that office. You said you were sweating earlier a little bit from the smoothies. I can't imagine the amount of sweat from that kind of meeting. But Piotr, listen, man, really cheering for you. You've been awesome. thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it. All the best. And yeah, just expect some crazy videos from me cheering you on. And I will be buying you a VJ's milkshake and burger if we're in the city at the same time. So you can count on that.
Deal. Perfect. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care.
You too.